I still pop pill, and I go on drill.
Yo, what's up, crypto family? We're back with another video. As you guys can see, all the packages that came, you know what I'm saying? We got about 5 here, like, including those 2 little ones, and then we got 5 big boxes, you know what I'm saying? So, if you remember the last video, I bought some food, and we're gonna give it to either a shelter or a homeless person or somebody in need. So let's just open our old trusty cutting tool. You guys may remember this. Bought this on our video for like camping supplies and stuff that we bought with Jip. So we're just gonna open this box real quick. Yes, this knife is very sharp, so we have to be very careful. So we're just gonna come down here and cut, and then the other side we just can't cut. I completely missed that. Alright, now we can just grab this and just whoop this. And it seems like this box is our ramen noodles. So, got some big old packs of ramen right here. 2 big old things of soup. Well, everybody loves ramen. Big old thing. So, bam. Got that ramen. And we can just move that over there. And then we have even more packages. We have this one. That one's pretty heavy. I don't even know what's inside of that. So, we're just going to cut this open. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here. Alright. So, in here, we got some beans. Let's say we got some good old beans. All that fiber and protein. So, it's a big old bag. So, we're going to have beans for a while. We're going to pick out some noodles. Then we got a ton of white rice. This is actually bigger than I expected, you know what I'm saying? I thought this was going to be smaller than what it is. But we got some rice. Then we have a cat. Let's put this rice over here. Crypto, you can't eat that box. Then we got some tuna for some sandwiches. A little 4-pack. Got a couple different flavors in it. Then we got some potted meat. Don't know what it is, but it's meat, so I grabbed it for them. Hopefully they'll like it. And then finally we got some vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Some corn, because they're gonna be out there for a while, and everyone needs some vegetables in their diets. So package number 2 out the way. Next we have this. Junk is massive. We don't even need to cut it open. We could just, it actually tore itself open. Alright, some brown rice. This is a 5-pound bag of some brown long grain rice. So this is something that'll stick to your rib and make sure you're fed for a while. Alright, now on to the last box, and then we have another small package. Now this box is also heavy for its size. No idea what he did with that label there, balling it up like that. We're just gonna cut this open. Cut this open. Seems to be like a little bit stuck. That should be good. Anyways, here it is. This is water. Got them some water, because, you know what I'm saying, not all water is free, sadly. And with COVID, a lot of water fountains shut down, so they need something to stay hydrated. So we got them some water as well. And then last, but certainly not least, you can already tell by the rattle what this is. So we're going to guarantee this open. And got some mac and cheese. Who doesn't love a good bowl of mac and cheese, guys? Come on now. Who doesn't love a good bowl of some Kraft mac and cheese? Okay, thick and creamy. So, all this stuff over here. As you see, we got all the stuff over here. A ton of food and water for them to enjoy, hopefully, for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few weeks. Because definitely a lot of noodles and rice. So you can make a few dinners, breakfast, whatever out of it. You know what I'm saying? And we included some stuff for kids. So yeah, this could feed a few people for, you know what I'm saying, a little while. So that's all we have for you today, guys. You know what I'm saying? We might be doing some more stuff like this, but we're gonna next you're gonna see us heading to the shelter where we will like be handing off the food to them, you know what I'm saying? And showing them the power of drip. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss another upload, and share this to a friend. Tell them to share it to a friend, and so on and so forth. So I'll see you later, guys. Peace. Yo, what's up, crypto family? We're back with the second part of the video. We're on our way to the shelter right now. You know what I'm saying? We're in the car driving. I don't know if you can hear traffic. But we'll update you when we get there. We're gonna like ask them some questions about like what they do, stuff like that. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, guys, we're here. You know what I'm saying? We got the food and stuff right here. We even put some more like some other cans of vegetables and cake mixes and stuff. So we're gonna bring this inside and record in there. So hey guys, we're here at the shelter. We just dropped off some food and we're speaking to Matt Miller, and we're just gonna like ask him some questions about like what the organization is about, what they do, stuff like that. So it's okay to ask my first question.
Sure.
So the first question that I had and I wrote down is like, what is the goal of the organization? Like, what is your guys' purpose here?
Well, I can answer that with a question to you. What do you think it is?
Well, obviously, like feed the people in need, people like that are in unfortunate situation and stuff like that.
Right, and that's part of it, but that's only a small part of it. It's not about the food necessarily. There's a need out there. There's people that are hungry, but for us, it's how do we get people to come here, right? They get their food, but not to need us anymore. See, I don't want anybody here. That sounds kind of contradictory because we open the doors for all people, right? But I really don't want people to have to come to a rescue mission for their food or shelter or clothing. I would rather have them say, hey, can you guide me to a place where do I need education? Do I need job skills? We want people to be independent. We don't want people dependent on us. So that's our main mission goal, is to provide people with the means for success. So it could be like a STEAM program that we have. We have a partnership with MVCC and RFA where we put kids into different STEAM programs, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, or is it job training? And next year we're going to be opening a manufacturing company where the people that come here that are on public assistance or in poverty will have an opportunity to work at our factory, our manufacturing company, and they'll get paid. It's an entry-level job, and what we do is they can start off at entry level, and then they can work their way up, and then they'll have several different skill sets, so that they won't need the Rome Rescue Mission or any other nonprofit going forward.
So basically just trying to help people learn the tools that they need to survive later on in life. Like you could feed them today, but they're going to need themselves to feed themselves.
I'd rather just teach them how to cook. Like people coming here, they come here for food, right? But wouldn't it be great if I just teach them how to cook and how to budget so that they don't have to come here anymore?
Yeah.
So that's our goal. That's exactly what you were saying. That's absolutely what we try to do.
Yeah.
And we're very successful at it.
So my second question is who's the founder?
Well, that's interesting because we used to be part of the rescue mission in Utica, and in 2008 we became our own rescue mission. And so there's no real founding people. example, we have a board of directors. We have 7 people that are on a board of directors, and they're in the nonprofit world, they're the legal entity, right? And then I'm the executive director, and then we have employees that do other, accounting and cooking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's no real founder. Obviously I was very much involved in the formation of the corporation, but there's, our board is basically the governing body.
Yeah. Alright, so what kind of people come through here?
Well, excuse me, what kind of people? Mostly, like 99% of the people come here are on some kind of assistance, like through, disability or public assistance. There's nobody that's like in the middle class or it's working people that just the ends aren't meeting. You know what I mean? And they need a little bit of assistance. And there's people that have never worked or never really experienced any other way of life than like social services and stuff like that. So that's why we feel it's really, really important to instead of being part of the problem in the sense of just giving stuff away just to give it away, there has to be accountability for all of it. And the viewpoint we have is I'm accountable to an entire community as the executive director, right? And the board of directors, they're accountable as well to the whole community. And so the employees here are accountable to me, right? So should it end there, or should we start looking at maybe the people that are coming in here for services, should they be accountable for their actions too?
Definitely, because some people want to be here and there's some people who have to be here.
Right, exactly. And the people that actually, in both those cases, some of the people that have to be here, there's, in their life, there's a problem, right? Because they have to come here all the time for whether it's social environments or food or clothing or shelter. But again, we have to look at why are you here? Why are you asking me for food? Right? I would rather, if I were to give you a food, if you said, hey Matt, can I get a food basket? And I gave it to you. And I just said, here you go, and walked away, how are you going to feel?
Okay.
I guess okay because you got a little bit of food, but the message is I really don't care. But if you ask me for a food basket and I said, here you go, what else can I do for you? What else in your life do you need help with? Now we have a dialogue going, right? And now we're talking, and maybe you're gonna have the trust or maybe because a lot of times it's hard for people to come here and ask for anything. But now you know that I do care, and maybe the next time you're gonna say, hey, listen, I need help with this area of my life too. And that's where we're going to plug you into wherever it's not my decision, it's yours, right? So whatever you want to do, look, we're just trying to get you there, so that you can build on success.
We can give you the tools.
Right. So that's basically it. Yeah.
So, what is the most needed item here? Like the most needed item for people?
Well, like on a continuous basis, it's just like the real basic stuff too. It's like socks, t-shirts and, underclothing and stuff like that, because people who are on the streets, you just don't have that. You know what I mean? It's easy to get a pair of jeans and you can wear those for a while. But the underclothing and socks, and especially like socks during if it's rainy and it's that gets really nasty. And it's not only nasty, nasty meaning it's not healthy at all to be in shoes or whatever and soaked. That does real damage to your feet. And then if you get sores on your feet, then it gets infected and all that kind of stuff. So those are the real big items. Hygiene items are always a big thing. And then usually just like right now we're kind of putting a push on food because we call it the summer drought. because people are away. They go on vacations, you know, it's summertime, they have lots of things to do, and so we're kind of forgotten in the summertime. So we always put appeals out for different foods. Like right now, it's a big, like we're doing a big push on just meat, you know, because it's, again, we're talking about the economy and stuff. It's expensive, and we really, really don't like having to do, like, say, we need meats and stuff like that. You know, it's a hard ask because I know personally too. You know, I'm going to the grocery market and I'm going, you're out of your mind. I have to, you know, for, you know, $5 for a pound of hamburger, you know, that's a lot of money, you know, because, you know, just a couple of years ago, it was, you could get it for $2.80, you know, and so, I mean, it's just, you know, that's, the economy's really hurting everybody. So that's, but we, you know, we have a very giving community. You know, people are really, really supportive of the mission. So when we have to, and we're not that type of agency that's out there that's always saying like the sky is falling. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel it's necessary until the sky really is falling. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but the truth is we have no meat right now. So that's just the truth. And so that's when we put stuff out where there's a genuine need for what we are doing for the people that we serve. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand you. So that my my last and final question is, do you believe that poverty is a growing concern?
Yes. I'll expand on that. Yes, actually during the lockdowns, during COVID, the people that are participating in like government subsidies and like public assistance and stuff like that is almost doubled in 2 years.
That's big.
Wow. Yeah, it's huge. And the problem is, once people are, it's kind of like a trap, you know, and if they're making near the same amount of money through public assistance as they were working, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? It's necessary where, you know, during COVID and stuff like that, and it was a necessary thing. You know, people needed food. You know, and look, I drove our mobile mission. I was delivering 600 meals a day during COVID, and I saw it firsthand. You know, and how desperate the people were, and it wasn't. You know who it was? The people that were the scaredest?
Who?
Children, right?
Yeah.
And senior citizens, because they were isolated from their family, and they were the damage that was done during COVID. From our perspective, because we deal with several hundred people, right? We have 2,000 people that are registered here that use our services. It's a lot of people. It's like
That's
the
a lot.
entire poverty population in Rome, right? But we also know that a lot of the homes are not necessarily a good place for them to be, right? I mean, it just, that's the facts. It's something that nobody wants to talk about. But when you trap a kid in a house where they're being abused in some way for a year and a half, what do you think that's going to do to that kid?
You're going to be traumatized.
Right, and what about the single moms that are being abused? Same thing. And how about the senior citizens that are cut off from all family members?
They're going to be lonely, scared, you know what I'm saying? They're
That's
getting older, they can't do
That's
stuff by themselves.
exactly.
They need to be more codependent.
And I can't tell you how, when I would pull up with, like, we went to senior centers, you know, like the apartment buildings, and like where lots of kids were, we were like the ice cream truck during COVID. People would come out just to talk. I had so many people say, I had children, I had single moms, I had senior citizens, just asking me to please pray with them, because they were so frightened. And I was like, yeah, yes, you know, I mean, yeah, we all need to pray for each other, right? And we're all in this together. And ironically, one of my board members said, because I drove the truck, like I said, and one of my board members said, well, I'm younger, so I'm going to drive the truck for you. And I said, you can fire me, you're not getting in this truck. And they said, why? And I said, well, you know why? Because I'm a protector. And I'm already exposed. If I got COVID, I got COVID. You know, but that's who I am. I'm one of those type of people that I want to protect people. And so they never drove the truck, but the point is, what we need to do in society is band together like that. Like our lives depend on it, right? Because they do. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how much money you don't make. We have to band together so that we can raise everybody up, you know, and have a better quality of life. That's the bottom line. You know, I don't want to see, like I said before, I don't want to know anybody here. I love everybody here, right? But I don't want them, because I love them, I don't want them here. Does that make sense at all? You know what I mean? I really would rather have them come back as, hey, can I help you guys out? Right? I got a career, and I can tell you, you know, person after person, that does happen all the time now. Because we invest, it's kind of like investing. We're talking about investments, right? We invest on the front end, right? So it pays off on the back end, right? So I'm going to put all my time and energy on you, right? And if your dream and your passion is X, Y, Z, we're going to help you get there, right? So we don't do the group thing. We don't do like, you know, yes, we have a lot of people that come here. Right, and some people are going to succeed and some aren't. That's just that's a fact, right? In life, what we focus a lot of time on is people who are showing that they want change first. They're the first priority because they're receptive to it. Other people, it takes a while. Look, I had a kid in here 10 years ago, well, maybe a little longer. Came in, he used to throw rocks at the building. And he would say, I hate you guys. We didn't even know, right? And so it was like every day he'd throw rocks at the building, and I'd say, hello, stop throwing rocks at the building, you know? And he didn't expect that kind of reaction. You know, most reactions would be call the cops and go beat the kid up, you know, or whatever. We don't do that. We just say, listen, don't do it, you know, and we move on. And then one day he kind of pokes his head in the door, on the side door. And he wouldn't come in. He's like, hey, how you doing? And then he would leave, right? Then he eventually came in. And then one day he came in and he ran into the bathroom and he wanted to talk to me. And I said, okay. And we sat right in this office, right there. And he goes, I need your help. And I said, well, what's going on? We knew the family and all that, you know, all that, it's right up the road. He goes, I can't take it anymore. And I said, what do you mean? And he just said, my stepfather beats me up almost every night. And then he turned around and he showed me, he had this, you know those belts that have studs in them?
Yeah.
You could actually see the stud marks in his back where he was beaten. And I was like, okay, no problem. You know, I got you. You know, and if that stepfather came in, he would have said he seemed the person I can be, because I'm very protective of people that are vulnerable. You know, and so anyway, to make a long story short, we called CPS, of course, and we had the authorities come in. Of course, his family were really mad at me. I really don't care that they were really mad at me. You know, be mad at me all day long. I don't care. I'm looking after your kid. You know, I'm looking after your child.
Which you should be doing, make sure something like that doesn't happen.
Right, they should. But the one thing that I said before he left, I just looked at him straight in the eye and I said, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you because you got the courage to trust somebody you didn't even know, you know, and he just started to cry because nobody ever in his life ever said that they were proud of him. And then fast forward, it was like, let's see, that was before Christmas, so this was like a June, maybe July. He comes walking in the door, and he made his new foster family come here. Because he just needed to say thank you again. And he had the biggest smile on his face. He was happy. that's what it's all about. That's, it's being able to take a circumstance, whether, I don't know if you have a religious belief, but ours is basically a Christian belief, right?
Yeah.
And God loved us where we are today, right at this moment. So if we can address that and we can keep that in the forefront of our hearts and our minds, then we're going to meet everybody where they are. Because what's important to them may be kind of like irrelevant in my life, right? Like I never experienced things, but it better be important to me. It better be just as important to me as it is to that person, because it means a lot to that person, right? And so regardless, I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she's at an age where everything's dramatic, everything's, whatever. But we have to listen, because I remember when I was 15 and 14 as a teenager, my number one complaint in life really was nobody was hearing me, right? My parents weren't hearing me, my teachers weren't hearing me, and I was struggling, but I felt like nobody cared enough to really listen to what I had to say. And that's very common at that age level, How old are you, 13?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing, in the sense of, my daughter, like you are, you're hurt, right? But a lot of times people aren't, and now take that into an abusive household. It's a real rough.
It gets multiplied.
Exactly. So, is that,
yeah, that would about wrap it up. Thank you.
So I'm sorry, I talk a lot,
Yeah.
So I talk a lot because we're very passionate in what we do.
And that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to have somebody who doesn't care about these people in a position of power over these people.
Right, and that's the perfect thing is I don't want the power, right? I don't want it. I mean, why would I want power over anybody? And really, do you think my ego is so big that I have to be in the front and me? I'm the guy in the back. I just so happen to be the executive director, right?
Yeah.
But I'm much more comfortable not being. You know what I mean? Because I believe in action speaks a lot louder than words.
You like to empower people.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I have no desire to, none. And so I'm more, kind of laid back in the sense of I would rather, if I had a chance, and this happens, actually, this is a good example. I had a very wealthy donor at Walmart, right? They were just, they support us big time. And I was talking to her, and then I had a client come up, and I could see the client come up, and they were in distress. She's crying and stuff like that. And so she came over, and so this donor was talking to me. I said, I gotta go. And I turned my back on the donor. Not in a rude way. I said, I gotta go. I'm talking to her. And so, not a big surprise, but it was kind of surprising. I talked to the donor a couple days later. I said, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your donations, but my job is to protect her. So, and she appreciated that. And one thing that, if you follow us in the future, we mean what we say, right? And we do what we say we're gonna do. So, and we don't soft soap anything. We just tell you that's the way it is, and some people don't like it, but we're doing it out of love. We're doing it out of respect for you, because we respect every human being. It doesn't matter. I don't care where you come from. We all have the same thing, right?
We want to help you get the help.
Yeah, we all bleed red, brother. And that's just the way we look at it. And so and I think that's why we're blessed with the successes that we see in our mission. Because it's just real. So anyway, I'm sorry I keep talking.
Nah, you're good. you know what I'm saying, I just like to say, like, thank you for the work
Thank
and
you.
service that
Thank
you do
you.
here, you know what I'm saying. Thank you guys for, like, supporting me, and, like, but, that's gonna about wrap it off, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.